So we're still searching for our first away point of the season, but unlucky this afternoon.
Yeah, I thought we put in a really big shift there. Thought we were quite unlucky. I think we probably, on balance, deserved the draw. We had 20 to 30 set pieces. Thought the game plan worked very well. I'm afraid it's that same phrase, isn't it? Small margins. Yeah, the goal's got, we believe, 2 deflections on it to get it through. The only thing they did in the first half was due to our mistake. Michael Fernandez not clearing the ball, and Jack's made a triple save, but their keeper's made a great save, and Reggie's hit one over from 5 yards. So I thought it was a very even game. I thought young John came in and did very well, and things are conspiring against us at the moment, against the teams that I do think will be at the top of the table come the end. We had to play the last 15 minutes because I'd made my 3 subs. We were trying to get the win, and Kenny's pulled something. So we were playing pretty much with 10 and a bit men for the last 15 minutes. But that's the way it goes. I've said to them, with this, the biggest concern I've got is set pieces. I think with the amount of set pieces we've had, with the exception of the free kick that was well saved from Warner in the first half, Jack Ball's headed one over. We should be doing better. We need to be doing better. And a few of our lads need to step up in the aggressive, the strength going forward. But there's a lot to be, we are incredibly competitive, and I used an analogy to the players. If this had been a pre-season game against a team of our level or higher, we'd be relatively pleased because we're close. We're close. We're not quite firing, and certainly it's at the attacking end, because we come back to what I said the other day and potentially the day before that. You can't expect the defence to have clean sheets every game. Very poor goal and unlucky from our perspective, but we've pushed this lot all the way, and we dealt with the way that they were trying to get at the officials. I thought the officials did very well. I mean, arguably we've got 2 penalty claims. My first reaction, they both were quite soft, but we'll look at them again. But we've just not quite done enough, and I don't think we're getting quite what we deserved. It's a learning curve, but as I said to the lads, we're not going to hit any panic buttons. Let's give it another 5, 6, 7 games. Playing teams with the greatest respect aren't the Ebbs, Fleets and Havants away, and the Baths, and where we are. So disappointing getting the pull with Kenny, but there are positives. It's just very hard when they're happening game after game. We know next week at Cheshunt, I've got a lot of time for him there, and he's excellent the way he's got them up, and they're very physical, strong and direct, and the pitch will be quite dry and bobbly, and they beat Hampton there. So as much as they've had a bad day today, that's another game, and if we can take this level of intensity, and we stuck to the game plan pretty well, but we set up well and we frustrated them, and they were getting more angry, and their bench were complaining about everything, and it's one of those today where, again, it's 80th minute, double deflection, and we're gutted. It's a very depressing, and it's almost like rinse and repeat with what I'm saying is we're not quite good enough going forward at the moment. I thought a couple of players have said need to strengthen up. They've now had a really good look at the levels, really good look, and we'll regroup Thursday night for a very tough game away on Saturday.
And 2 games without a goal up front now. Is there anything different we could do?
Yeah, score. Reggie has done so well in that move. I think it was with Sam, and he's done all the hard work, and he's got to score. Hish has got into the penalty box, he's gone down, but as I said, I think I would have been pretty angry if that had been given against me. But 20-30 set pieces, we need to be scoring. Other teams are doing it and we're not. So we're a half decent sized side. I think it comes down to delivery, which was mixed today. And again, you've got to look at that hunger on the first contact and the second ball, and we're not quite there yet. And you're seeing that teams at this level, they are absolutely so hungry and physically strong to put their bodies on the line, and we've got to grow with that. But as I said, I thought there were a lot of pluses. So Alfie came in and did pretty well, against a very good player, and they've got some outstanding players here. They'll probably say they had a small squad, but look at the quality and the size of the squad with the players. They might have a few injured as well, but we wanted to rotate a little bit today. I thought Tony put in a shift. He's carrying a little bit of knock as well, and Ferdy's not quite there yet, and Hish, etc. So, we know the area we've got to work on. Obviously, Omar being suspended, we've talked about already. So, we know, where we've got to improve, but we're incredibly competitive. They've won 3 and 4 here in their first 2 games, and they were hanging on there at the end. But we've not done enough. Not quite enough. Thought the fans were superb. And it's very tight, and I think that can give us encouragement moving forward. We do need to do a tiny bit of tinkering. We need to find someone up top who's on it, maybe just in form rather than a change of player. Someone who's on form that can stick the ball in the back of the net, you know. So, because chances are few and far between. Both teams, few and far between. So their double save with Jack was magnificent. That was almost against, you know, run of play. It was just a mistake from Michael, and, you know, Jack makes three within 5 seconds save, which was fantastic. But, you know, he's disappointed with the goal, but it's got a double deflection, and that's the way it's going at the moment. But it's not like we're going to sides and getting beaten 4-5s. We really are in every single game against what I believe are the top sides. So that learning curve, I'm desperate to get a win for the dressing room and for the fans.
And would you make of Cheslin, who we go to on Saturday?
Well, as I just said, you know, Craig is done miracles to get them up, and I hope that's not disrespectful. They were in the relegation zone, I think, when he arrived. So, you know, they're very big and strong. I spoke to people about them this week in preparation, and they're surprising a lot of people. They gave Dartford a very good game. They beat Hampton at home. And they've had a bad result today, so I'm sure they'll be looking for a reaction. It's one of those places you've got to go and roll up your sleeves and fight, and if we don't do that, we'll get turned over badly, and, you know, they'll be desperately looking for a win. Another promoted side. They play a certain way, and again, teams like ourselves and them that perhaps, you know, don't have anywhere near the budgets of like the sides we're playing at the moment, you know, you have to work with what you've got. You bring in loans, and you bring in men, and you fight, and you run harder than anybody, and you look at set pieces, and, you know, they will be a very difficult game. But, you know, I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody we're going to play, but, you know, you would look at the start of the season and go, when you're playing Ebbsfleet and Havant away, sandwiched in with Bath at home, that was a very difficult weekend. I think we deserve more. I think we deserve more out of the 3 games, but we haven't got it. We've got to lick our wounds and get ready for next Saturday.
Thank you, Spencer, and best of luck for the weekend.
Thank you.